Hello, I'm Kelly O'Byrne and welcome to LCG's preview for the week ahead. I'll be talking to our Head of Research, Jasper Lawler, to discuss the troubles in emerging markets, including Turkey, the FOMC minutes and copper entering a bear market. Before that though, I'll run down some of the top corporate results to watch for this week. Estée Lauder report quarterly results on Monday. TK Maxx owner TJX reports its second quarter results on Tuesday. Target, Lowe's and L Brands report their second quarter earnings on Wednesday, with little of note on Thursday and Friday. Then moving on to the economic calendar, where government releases are slowing in the final half of August, things really start on Wednesday when there is the FOMC minutes. On Thursday, market and services PMI for August are released across Europe and the US. Then on Friday, we have German second quarter GDP and US durable goods orders for July. So Jasper, Turkey contagion still a problem, it seems?
It is, Kelly. Not so much for Turkish assets. So the lira is what everyone's been looking at. That dropped down to a record low, 7.2 against the dollar, but at the time we're filming this, it's at 5.8. So it's actually jumped 20% off the lows. So obviously massive volatility involved there, but some recovery there. Similar in Turkish stocks, they're still down 21% year to date, but still well off the lows. But as you said, it's more the contagion, so it's the effect it's having on other asset classes. So other currencies, the Argentine peso, the India rupee, obviously not really particularly tied to the Turkish economy, but still emerging markets, and they've both seen their currencies hit record lows as well. So it's obviously a general fear that this Turkey situation is almost adding to what's already a difficult time for emerging markets. There's strength in the dollar. A lot of these countries have large amounts of dollar-denominated debt. That debt's getting more expensive. And while these cheaper currencies should help their economies, obviously there's just money flowing out of the country, basically, and that doesn't help investment. So Turkey has almost just kind of put a magnifying glass on what's generally a bit of a difficult situation for emerging markets. And I say that it's not just emerging markets, even the FTSE hit its lowest since April last week. So obviously, it's going to, the true test will be over the next couple of weeks whether it actually spreads to the developed markets, particularly the US.
Okay, fine. And on a different note, FOMC minutes on Wednesday evening. What are we expecting there?
Well, obviously the Fed didn't do anything at the last meeting, so nothing massive to report on. We know that since that meeting, GDP growth hit 4%. So in a way, these minutes are a little bit stale because they don't factor in that 4%. But still, even not knowing that 4%, the Fed members still mentioned the word strong 4 times in their opening paragraph in the statement. So it looks like the 2 rate hikes are still on for this year. And so I don't suspect there's going to be anything necessarily in these minutes. Maybe just something to disrupt that kind of generally strong message. Maybe some reference to trade wars. Maybe some of the members are concerned. But apart from that, I think it will be just continue that message and should support the dollar.
Okay, great. And before we wrap up, copper has entered a bear market. Can we expect a turnaround anytime soon?
I mean, it's been such a massive drop in copper prices. We were looking at 4-year highs just around 6 or so weeks ago, up around that $3.30 per pound mark. Now we're down at $2.55 at the time of speaking at the moment. So that's down 20% from the highs. We're obviously in bear market territory. It's basically all down to the trade war and the possible effect on China. If the trade war dials down a bit, we had a bit of news at the end of the week that the Chinese representative, lower level Chinese trade representatives are going over to the US for more discussions. Maybe that's the sign of more higher level discussions coming later on after that. So maybe there is a resolution after all. If we can see those trade tensions die down a bit, then I think we can see a pretty sharp recovery in copper prices too, because still global growth looks very good, and the Chinese economy, according to the data, is still okay as well. So it's all pretty much hinging on that trade war. I think we can see copper bounce, but as I said, we need to see the rhetoric in the trade war change.
Okay, great. Thank you, Jasper. And thank you all for watching. If you wish to see these videos as soon as they're released, please follow LCG on social media.